So what actually is a wedding coordinator, and do you need one? Hello lovely brides, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. I bring you a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness to the stylish bride, and this week I sound very husky because I have been passed on a beautiful cold / cough / throat thing from my children, so apologies if I don't sound my usual self, but I'm committed to the cause and I'm still bringing you a video with some added husk. If you haven't already, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and you'll be notified every week when a new video lands. So do you need a wedding coordinator? It's a great question, and sadly I can't actually answer it for you. However, by the end of this video, you will know what a wedding coordinator does, how they can help you, and whether you do need one, or whether maybe it's not for you after all. So come on, let's dive in. Okay, so do you need a wedding coordinator? To work that out, let's totally break down what they do, how they can help you, and what's involved in their service. That way you can then decide whether it's something that you need or not. So, first question, what is a wedding coordinator? A wedding coordinator is somebody who jumps on board at about 4 weeks before your wedding day. You can obviously book them before that, but they will start their actual job 4 weeks before the day itself. Their role will be to help manage your wedding day. Okay, so what does a wedding coordinator do? So let's break it down point by point so that you can really get a full picture of what it is they actually do. So first of all, they are the main point of contact on the day. So whether that's for suppliers, wedding guests, the bridal party, the venue itself, the on-the-day coordinator is the main point of contact. That means that if any problems arise, that the wedding coordinator will be contacted instead of yourself. The last thing you want is dealing with last minute changes, finding out that the florist is stuck in traffic, making sure that all the cutlery is correct. The wedding coordinator is the one that is liaising with all the suppliers, and even if the bridal party have any issues, they can step in and help with anything that arises there, and just making sure that everybody is doing what they need to be doing and when they need to be doing it. The next thing is they manage the flow. Okay, so bear with me here, and I'm going more husky. They manage the transitions and the flow of the day. So a wedding coordinator will have a master schedule, and when I mean a master schedule, I mean there is so much detail in that bad boy, I cannot tell you. My clients' schedules have been known to be up to about 5 pages long because I love a detail. Ooh, hello husk. Love a detail. Okay, so they will be managing the master schedule, making sure that everybody moves from one place to the next, nice and fluidly. Obviously the ushers and the bridesmaids will have their role as well, but the wedding coordinator will be there to just oversee the whole thing, because at the end of the day, they're there to make sure that everything goes just for you. They'll also make sure that you're where you need to be at the right time, so you don't even have to think about timings. A good coordinator will deal with any unwanted surprises. Okay, now these happen most of the time, unfortunately. There is always something that crops up on a wedding day that isn't supposed to happen. Some things just sort of unravel a little bit, or somebody might be late, or somebody's forgotten something, and it is down to the coordinator to make sure that it doesn't cause a problem, to rectify it and to deal with it. And a very good coordinator will make sure that you are completely unaware. They're not hiding things from you. They're dealing with it for you with your best interests at heart, so that they're dealing with it how they think you would want it to be dealt with, without you having to stress, without you having to know about it, so you can carry on enjoying your day, and as far as you're concerned, everything is running wonderfully smoothly and you're having the best day ever without having to deal with any unwanted drama. Your coordinator is there to deal with it for you. They will be the keeper of timings. So I mentioned the master plan, the schedule of all schedules. That is something that your coordinator will create and run by you before the wedding in those 4 weeks leading up to the wedding when they jump on board. They will liaise with the suppliers to create that plan, make sure everybody has a plan, has a copy of the master plan, the master schedule, whatever we want to call it today, and they will make sure that all the timings are kept to throughout the day and that everything is running smoothly. If the speeches are perhaps overrunning slightly, and say you've got one speech that's before the meal, the coordinator can liaise with the catering company and make sure that the food doesn't go cold whilst they're waiting and so forth. Just correct things and just try and keep everything on track as much as possible so it's smooth flowing. We've talked about flowing already. You're just having the best day knowing that everything is being dealt with and running as you've planned it. A coordinator will also be there to oversee the setup and install of your wedding day. You have probably put meticulous thought into how you want certain areas styled and how you want the tablescapes to look and what cutlery and tableware and table linen you have chosen. You may want your place names in particular spaces, which you would have spoken to your coordinator about. So they will be there to oversee the setup by all the suppliers and to just be that extra pair of eyes to look at the whole picture, not just at the flowers or just at the cutlery or just at the styled photo area. They'll be overlooking the whole thing, making sure everything is just how you wanted and making sure those timings are kept to so that by the time the wedding starts, everything is ready. A coordinator is essentially your PA for your wedding day. They are there to help make you feel relaxed, keep you unstressed. That is not a word. They are there to make you feel relaxed, to make sure you have a glass of fizz whenever you need it, to reassure you and to just make you feel your best self on your wedding day. If there's anything you need, then you can speak to your coordinator and they will deal with it for you. They are there at your beck and call to make sure the day runs smoothly and to make sure that you are having the best day. They are also the emergency kit carrier. So for example, I have a massive suitcase. I have a trolley suitcase, which is my emergency kit. And in my emergency kit, and I will probably do another video on this if it's something that you're interested in, but my emergency kit contains things from command strips, white tack, sellotape, to a hammer, extension leads, spare tights for guests if they end up making a run in them, having some hygiene kits in the toilets. I have candles, I have extra place names. You'd be surprised how many times we've had to use those. The emergency kit is so important on a wedding day. It basically is filled with everything to deal with anything. But above all else, a coordinator is there on the day to make sure that you have the best day possible. You are at the forefront of their mind the whole day. It is all about you. So how can a wedding coordinator help you? A wedding coordinator is not the first supplier on people's lists. In fact, a lot of people think that they probably don't even need one. However, people that have ended up having a wedding coordinator, perhaps even at the last minute on a recommendation from a friend or deciding that actually it would relieve some of the stress, they are the ones who come back time and time again with the same feedback of it was the best decision they made in their wedding planning and that the wedding coordinator was the unsung hero of the day and that they ended up being the most crucial part of their team of suppliers because they were there on the day keeping them calm, keeping their stress at bay and making sure everything went to plan so that they could fully enjoy their day to the absolute maximum. You want to be able to enjoy every single moment of your wedding day, and when having a coordinator on board, you really can. It's not for everybody, but it does mean that you can truly relax and enjoy every second. And if you choose the right coordinator for you, then they will have you at the forefront of their mind and everything they do will be about putting you first. So if you are thinking of having one, do make sure that you choose somebody that really resonates with you and gets you. So what will a wedding coordinator not do? Well, a wedding coordinator will not plan your wedding for you. A wedding coordinator will not tell you what you should be doing. A wedding coordinator will not be overpowering on the day, and a wedding coordinator will not be overly visible on the day. They'll just be there making things run for you without trying to steal the show. Give this video a like if you're thinking about having a wedding coordinator for your wedding. So how much does a wedding coordinator charge? It's a good question. It's a very varied answer. So just bear in mind that different coordinators will offer slightly different coordination services. And also remember that people will charge depending on their experience and depending what's included in their service as well. Some coordinators may stay on site longer, others may start earlier in the planning process, others may start maybe a week before the wedding day itself. Also, just bear in mind you get what you pay for. You want to make sure that you are a priority for that coordinator and that your coordinator totally gets you. So it is definitely worth having a look at a couple of different coordinators and working out the best price for you and the best person for you. I hope you found those questions helpful and that you're now able to distinguish what a wedding coordinator does and whether that's something you actually want to take on for your wedding day or whether you don't actually think it's necessary. I'd love to know what you think, so do write your comments in the box below. And if you want any more help with your wedding planning, then why not hop on over to my Facebook group where I've got a whole host of brides helping each other and supporting each other in their wedding planning, and I hop in to help with live trainings and live videos.